right, welcome back. Right now, we are going to be talking about lines. Lines are the elementary, or the first function that we always talk about and that you need to know. And I know many of you, if you started Algebra 1, are learning about lines now, or geometry, or applying lines to parallel and perpendicular lines and doing some analytical geometry with that, or coordinate geometry. And probably advanced algebra, we also talk about lines and solving equational lines and whatnot. And if you're in pre-calc, we use lines and also in calculus on finding tangent lines and other things like that. So it's really important that we understand how to graph lines and how to find their equations. Now, key things on how to sketch a graph, or any graph, is that when you find a graph, it's important to know that graphs are made up of points. Made up of points. If you understand that basic, simple concept, that every graph is made up of points, creating a graph or drawing a graph can be very easy. Maybe time-consuming, but pretty easy. You can do a table, find some points, plot them, and draw it out. Some graphs you require more points than others. With a line, the key thing with a line is that what makes it so simple and so great is that it's a constant function. It has a slope, and it has a point, and from that point, you can find another point, and then graph a line. So really, all you need is 2 points. All right, graph 2 points, or find 2 points, find and graph 2 points, and you can find a line. So, for example, if we're given this function, and usually the easiest points to find are the y-intercept and another value. So if you're given an equation, like our first example here, all right, I'm going to find the y-intercept, and to do that, I'm going to plug in 0 in for x. If I plug in 0 in for x, I get 5, 6, 5, 6. Okay? Simply plug it into this x value, whatever value you have, and I have 5, 6. So my point that I have now is 0, 5, 6. 5, 6 is my y-intercept. And you can see that in your slope-intercept form, which a lot of people are really familiar with. Y equals mx plus b. But really, that's good. Here's your y-intercept, here's your slope, y-intercept. But a lot of people get bogged down in those details that I don't really like, because really all you need is a slope in one point. All right. So, but I digress. Here we go. So to find the other point, we need to plug in another point. So let's plug in an easy one like 1. I plug in 1, and we have 5 sixths minus then 2/3. And we can get a common denominator, so we have 4 sixths, and what we have right here then would be 1 sixth. All right, so we have another point being 1 and 1 sixth. From here, we can graph this line. Make an axis like so. Take some points, and we have 0 and 5 sixths, so 5 sixths right here. And here's 1, and I'll put that right there, roughly about. We'll label it as 0, 5 sixths. All right. And right here, we'll go to 1 and a half. And we get that right there. Oops, kind of right in the middle. We can move that a little higher. Yeah, about 1 half. All right. And once we get that, we now connect our dots. So I'll first label this 1 and 1 half. And we go like so. La, 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 la. And there is our line. We just graphed the line. All it requires is 2 points, connect the dots. All right, draw it through, and that's how you graph a line. Let's try another one real quick. You can try it yourself, verify if you got it right. Pause the video if you wish, but here we go. Find 2 points. So I'm going to find the y-intercept by plugging in 0, and I got negative 1.8. Negative 1.8. So I got a point right here of 0, negative 1.8, which is my y-intercept. My y-intercept. I'm going to plug another value. I always plug in 1. That seems pretty easy. Negative 1.8 plus 2.5. And you got to do some math here. 2.5 minus 1.8. That's, and here the 1. And what we have is going to be 7. All right, 0.7. All right, so we have 0.7. So right here is going to be 1 and 0.7 for your other value. Okay. So you make a green axis this time. graph this. And we have 0 and negative 1/8. So we have 1 or 1.8. And that would be like right here. I'll label it just so everybody knows what I've got. Next one we have right here is going to be 1 and 0.7. So 1 and 0.7, which is going to be approximately about right here. 1 and then 0.7. Connect your dots. If you have a straight edge, that'd be really great. Draw a straight line, and there's your line. That's how you graph a line. 2 points, and graph it. Now, next thing is, how do you write an equation on a line? Well, to write an equation on a line, there's many different ways. Basically, you're trying to fill in these different things. mx plus b is everybody's favorite. We have a slope and a y-intercept. I personally don't like that. I personally like to use point-slope form. This is called point-slope form. Point-slope form is where we have y equals m, the slope, times x minus x1, which is the x value of 1 point, plus y1. Okay? So in this essence, all you need to find the equation of a line is a point and a slope. And that's really you do need, okay, to figure this out, because this is what all equational lines are based on, and from there you can simplify and rearrange them any way you choose. So right here, to find the slope of a line using point-slope form, we can, first off, what we need is a point. Well, we have two of them here or here in example number 1. This one is 3, 9, and this one is -1, -11. A lot of students sometimes get very confused with this function notation. Just remember, this is your x value, and what you get is your y value right here, and that's how I get those two different values. Okay, same thing applies here. Okay, that's how you get your 2 points. Now from here, we got to find our slope. Now slope is rise over run. And when you have rise over run, that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that's what we got. So to help us figure this out, we're going to take our 2 points. It doesn't matter which order they're in, because that's what it is. And we can go like this: 9 minus or plus, that would be 11, because it's minus -11. And we have 3 minus or plus 1, because it's -1. And what we have now is going to be 20 over 4, which gives us a slope of 5. Okay? Now that we have our slope, we can find our equation of our line by finding y equals, I'm going to use point-slope form again, find our slope, take x minus our point, any point will do. I'm going to use 3, and then we have plus 9. If you'd like to put this in slope-intercept form, all we have to do is simplify. So y equals mx plus b form. Simplify this expression. So from here, we have y equals 5x minus 15 plus 9. And then we have y equals 5x minus 6. And we have that right there. And that's how we can get our different values. Okay? And that's our slope-intercept form. Either one of these are equational lines, but that's how you do it. Okay? From here, we also have 2 points. This one is actually a -5, and you can't see that. And here's my other -5. So let's find this one. Once again, let's find our slope and our point. Find the slope. We're going to go y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Just keeping them in order. So I'm going to start with this one, -5. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's the first one. Minus my -1. All right. And we have, then it's going to turn to +1. -5 minus 5. And we have that right there. We have -4 over, wait, actually this will work out. -10. Simplify, and this turns into 2/5. All right. So we have a slope of 2/5. From here, now what we can do is we can create our equation of our line, okay? And because all we need is a point and a slope, and so we go y equals the slope, which is 2/5, times x, pick a point, I'll pick this one, -5, -1, and we have our solution. We can simplify this by distributing it through if you want to slope-intercept form again, and we have y equals 2/5 x. That's going to give us -2 minus 1, which will then turn into 2/5 x minus 3. All right? So, two different ways, finding the equation of a line. Both of them are great. Both of them are grand and glorious. I prefer point slope form, but each one will, it doesn't matter. So, key thing, once again, a little recap. Point slope form is helps you determine that finding equation of a line is really predicated upon a point and a slope. And to graph a line, really all you need is 2 points. All right, y-intercepts are easiest to find, but really any intercept would be great, but that's all you need. 2 points to graph a line. Plug into values for x, get out the outputs, plot them, connect the dots, and there you go. All right, hope that helped on finding equations of lines, both how to graph them and find their equation.